It's celebrated around the world for academic achievement. As famous for its beauty as for its brains. You could call it a metropolis of the mind. We're taking a break in Oxford, the city of dreaming spires. Hello, I'm Adam Woodruff and welcome to another edition of Britain's Best Breaks, the show which helps you make all the right decisions when planning that all-important getaway. This time we're in historic Oxford, an ancient seat of learning for over 1,000 years. We'll be showing you the city's sights and travelling across Oxfordshire to show you the best places to visit, where to eat and where to stay, whilst we soak up some of the wonderful history of this fascinating county. So, to get us started, let's join Kevin Harris on an educational bus ride.
With so much to see in this historic city, a really pleasant way to view it all is from a city sightseeing Oxford bus.
The trip takes approximately 1 hour. Your ticket's going to give you a full day, and the great thing is you can hop on and off the bus as many times as you like.
And the added bonus is that your ticket offers discounts at many other attractions.
Spend time looking at the city walls, Sheldonian Theatre, Bodleian Library, and once you've had enough you can hop off to explore shops, restaurants and museums. All in all, it's a leisurely and enjoyable way to explore the sights of Oxford.
When you're rambling along the river or on the streets of Oxford, you're walking in the footsteps of politicians, presidents and prime ministers, all of whom have fond memories of studying here. Amongst the many things that Oxford's famous for, let's take a look at two: books and boating. Oxford's libraries are world famous, and none more so than this, the Bodleian Library, which takes its name from Sir Thomas Bodley, a fellow of Merton College who died in 1613. Although the library opened its doors to scholars in 1602, it incorporates an even earlier 15th century library. The Divinity School is a masterpiece of English Gothic architecture. It was erected in 1488 and is the oldest teaching room in the university. Completed in 1748, the Radcliffe Camera was the first rotunda library built in Britain, and it was built in memory of Dr. John Radcliffe. A large part of Radcliffe's fortunes were left to the university for the camera's construction. The city of dreaming spires is a great place to ride a bike, but we're going to opt for something altogether more relaxing. Flanked by university parks, the peaceful River Cherwell flows through Oxford, and in the summer, this is one of the city's most popular and picturesque pastimes: punting on the river. We've hired our punt from the Magdalen Bridge boathouse. A punt is a shallow-bottomed boat propelled with the aid of a long pole. It's not as easy as it looks, but once you get the hang of it, it's great fun. You can propel your own punt, or if, like me, you prefer to push the boat out, you can get a chauffeur to do it for you. I'll tell you what, you could spend all day doing this, and in fact some people do, because when you start messing about on the river, it's really quite hard to stop. Punt on, my man, punt on. From the river, you'll see views of academic Oxford which have been the pleasure of generations down the years. And if you feel your punting power is limited, you can take an electric boat ride from Magdalen Bridge. short drive to the west of Oxford brings you to historic Witney, famous for manufacturing blankets for over 1,000 years. And not far from Witney is one of Britain's busiest RAF bases, Brize Norton, which employs over 600 local civilians and has played a central role in conflicts around the world. Yet as Catherine's discovered, this is also an area of peaceful reflection.
Here's an oasis of peace in the Cotswolds, the perfect spot to gather your thoughts. This is the lovely old Minster Lovell Hall near Witney.
The area around Witney is certainly a nice location to stay a while, and I think I've found just the place. The Bird in Hand at Hayley near Witney is a Cotswolds hotel packed with character. So good food in a great atmosphere with a menu complete with those extra tasty little touches. There's all the comfort you need to indulge yourself on that special break. It's easy to see why this is a popular venue for that special occasion, an anniversary or a wedding. So a beautiful Cotswolds location where you can relax and unwind at your leisure.
However, if you prefer a less formal setting, then Oxford has a good selection of friendly, family-run guest houses, looking to make your stay in the city a memorable one. Pickwick's Guest House is a short walk from the city centre with easy access from the M40 motorway. Pickwick's offers competitively priced ensuite rooms with a range of facilities. And you can forget city parking problems. The guest house has ample free parking. Oxford's academic backdrop attracts cultures from all over the world. So when it comes to dining out, not only do you have some popular Indian and Italian restaurants, but if you know where to look, you can find something a bit different, like the Hajduczek, Oxford's Polish restaurant. The Hajduczek serves an authentic Polish menu. The starters are tasty and unusual. Traditional chicken, tomato and vegetable soups complement tasty main courses, and desserts ranging from Polish pancakes to ice cream. Hajduczek is a romantic venue with something for everyone, offering a genuine flavour of Eastern Europe. Dziękuję. And of course, great Polish vodka. Na zdrowie. Over recent years, much of Britain's old 18th and 19th century canal network has been reclaimed and revitalised. These were once industry's commercial motorways, but today they're a huge growth area for the leisure industry. Now, we love to show you the best hotels and the best guest houses, but come with me because I'm going to show you another way to enjoy your break. When you think of the phrase getting away from it all, then this sums it up perfectly. Cruising the canals on an Anglo-Welsh waterways boat is the perfect tonic for today's hectic lifestyle. With flexible holiday options and a selection of short-term breaks, there's no finer way to enjoy some quality time than this. You'll find a wide selection of routes taking you through some of the prettiest parts of central England and Wales. You can take a circular route or a simple one-way trip, the choice is yours. Modern, spacious yet still traditional, a break on one of these boats is a real home from home, with central heating, showers and soft beds. There are 130 boats to choose from 2 to 12 berths. The boats are easy to handle and you'll find all the help and advice you need to get you cruising. Just think of it as your very own floating hotel with a different destination every single night. And as you'll discover, there's even a chance for a spot of retail therapy. There can't be many shopping centres like this where you can actually arrive by boat, but at Castle Quay, which is only 2 minutes off the M40, there are also 1,200 parking spaces. One of the many reasons this is such an attractive prospect for shoppers is that the whole centre is covered, so no matter what the weather, you can shop in comfort. Inside you'll find 80 shops with all the high street names and a number of specialist retailers, as well as several cafes where you can take the weight off your feet and pause for a welcome coffee or a meal. You can also enter Castle Quay from Banbury's marketplace. On Thursdays and Saturdays this is also the site of a busy market, and on the first Friday of every month the farmers market comes to town. If you love shopping as much as I do, you could easily spend all day here, but there are lots of things to see in the Banbury area. So from a brilliant British shopping centre, let's take a trip to America. No other place in England represents Britain's special relationship with America more than this superb Tudor house. Here at Sulgrave Manor, I'm standing on both British and American soil, because this, the home of George Washington's ancestors, belongs equally to both sovereign nations. The first Washington to live here, Lawrence, bought Sulgrave Manor from the Crown in 1539 for just under £325. A further descendant, Colonel John Washington, George's great-grandfather, left here for Virginia in 1656. If you've ever wondered where the Stars and Stripes originated, well, here's the answer. The great kitchen with its 3 ovens gives us a fascinating insight into how food was prepared over 200 years ago. This was the engine room of a busy house, and cooking in here was no easy option. One of Sulgrave Manor's great assets is its compactness. Here you can absorb 3 centuries of history as you walk from room to room. This peaceful place of pilgrimage attracts thousands of Americans each year, and as a place to relive England's past, this is an unmissable destination.
With so many celebrity chefs and cookery programmes on our screens today, we're learning a lot more about what it takes to make good food taste even better. Adding that extra flavour to your food is something they know all about here in Oxfordshire. Herbs. They make you think of good food and fine fragrances, and both are on offer at the National Herb Centre at Warmington near Banbury. The centre has over 500 varieties of herbs and plants, so it's the ideal place to come if you love cooking, gardening, or you're into alternative medicine. The play area, the woodland walk, and especially the labyrinth will appeal to children of any age. The bistro chefs use produce from the centre's own farms, and for a herbalicious souvenir, don't miss the deli shop. You'll find evidence of Oxfordshire's ancient heritage in every town and village. And in Dorchester, Kevin's taken time to look at a fine example of the county's fascinating history.
Oxfordshire has many sites of peaceful pilgrimage. This is the Abbey Church of St Peter and St Paul, also known as Dorchester Abbey.
As we've seen, the peace of the countryside has a lot to offer. Here in beautiful Dorchester-on-Thames is the splendid White Hart Hotel. Well cared for and maintained throughout, the hotel retains oodles of character, yet still offers every modern-day comfort. And excellent food in the White Hart restaurant. Bordering on the Cotswolds and Blenheim Palace is the village of Deddington, with 2 more hotels belonging to this group. This is the Deddington Arms Hotel. And this charming room was actually the village courtroom back in the 17th century. With 27 individually designed bedrooms, friendly bars and delightful restaurant, this is Deddington's captivating Holcombe Hotel. Here you'll find 17 delightful rooms like this, full of character and comfort. The hotel has secluded gardens and Mediterranean-style bar and restaurant, and guests at the Deddington Arms and the Holcombe Hotel can choose to dine in either restaurant.
Oxford's academic prowess has always been a magnet for some of history's greatest statesmen. Some were simply passing through. Others, as Kevin's discovered, fell in love with the county and spent much of their time here.
In this magnificent building at 1:30 a.m. on November the 30th, 1874, one of Britain's greatest leaders was born, Sir Winston Churchill. Blenheim Palace takes its name from a decisive military victory in 1704 led by John Churchill, the first Duke of Marlborough, against the French at a small village, Blenheim, on the north bank of the River Danube. In appreciation, Queen Anne said she would build him a house at her own expense, and that house was to be called Blenheim. This is the Great Hall, and like all of the 187 rooms in this imposing building, it is indeed a glorious creation, with a magnificent Thornhill ceiling.
Very close to Blenheim Palace in the village of Tackley stands Sturdy's Castle, a 400-year-old coaching inn. As in the past, this lovely old hostelry offering 20 comfortable rooms where disabled customers are welcome is still a favourite base for anyone exploring Oxfordshire. You can also enjoy the restaurant here in the enchanting old stable block.